Okay, Chris, so we have officially qualified for the Commonwealth Games now. Your reaction?
Yeah, it's really exciting. It's obviously the kind of competition that everyone looks forward to. I think from a Scotland perspective, it is like the one multinational and multi-sport competition we can compete in. I think certainly when I speak to the players, all the girls are massively excited about the opportunity that comes ahead. I think obviously it's not a home games like it was in Glasgow 2014, but being down in Birmingham just feels, almost like home. So I think the home support will be able to travel, and yeah, it's massively exciting few months ahead as we build towards it.
So it's been a time to take change for the team. You're new in post, and there's some new emerging players coming into the squad as well. So what positions are the squad's in just now, and how excited is everybody building up towards it?
Yeah, I think we're in a real transition. I genuinely believe that in the next few years that come ahead of us, we have the opportunity to really start to make an assault on the world's top 10. Certainly the objective that's been set by Scottish Hockey is that we start to make movements towards the top 10 sides in the world. Now, that's going to be really hard, and the reality is that it's about the players that we have in the kind of under 16s, 18s and 21s who are the ones that will really start and will really start to actually make that happen. We have some amazingly exciting young players coming through who have a totally different set of qualities. We've got more players in the Great Britain centralised programme and the senior programme now than we've ever had. We've got more players who have just got into the GB EDP programme, and I think that's showing the strength that's starting to emerge in this country. So squad's in really good shape. I think we've got 33 in the squad at present, and I think all 33 have got ambitions of going to the Commonwealth Games in the summer and then to the European qualifier that falls after. And I know that that's going to be a competitive time when it comes to selection, but I think that's a dream for a coach, that you've got so many people who are in a really, really solid position moving forward. So yeah, we're majorly excited about the opportunities and hopefully for some real success off it as well.
So we've got a programme ready to prepare for the Commonwealth Games. What is that looking like for the months ahead?
Yeah, it's pretty full on. I think you don't get real success without a little bit of sacrifice, and I think all the players and staff are really having to find time to make it happen. I think the reality is that if we are going to be successful down in Birmingham, it's all about the work we do in the months leading up to Birmingham, and actually the work we do when we're apart. We're not blessed with having a full-time programme up here, and it's something that we all wish for, but it's just not the reality we live in right now. So it's actually what people do when they're away from the squad and they're on their own that really makes a difference to our collective squad. So it is the kind of stuff they do in the shadows that will really start to emerge when we get into the light. And we have a really good programme filled with games and filled with training. We've got an awful lot of training camps, but we also have some really good game opportunities against Ireland, who are obviously world ranked quite high. We've got some stuff against Wales. So it's full on. It's a good combination of training and games, but it's probably built in the right way that allows us to try and excel when we get down there. I mean, you can't really prepare for playing in front of packed stadiums against the likes of Australia and New Zealand all that well, but we've certainly put together a programme that we think prepares us as best we possibly can.
Excellent. And just lastly, personally, how excited are you building towards this? It's a first Commonwealth Games as a head coach. It must be a really exciting time.
Yeah, I think I've had to pinch myself a couple of times to recognise the position that I'm actually in. I'm only 31 years old, and I'm quite young as a coach. I'm certainly in my infancy in terms of my development as a coach, so I'm really humbled to actually have the opportunity to lead Scotland, and majorly excited to get down there, but I think just as excited to kind of get to work on the programme in terms of what we can achieve over the next few years. So yeah, I can't wait for that first whistle to blow on that first game and to take a second to kind of take in the atmosphere, but I'm almost as excited at just starting to put in place some of the processes that we think are going to really help us make the move up the world ranking in the years ahead.